Another month has passed, and the start of September marks the end of the nuptial flight season, which means that new queens and males from existing colonies will stop flying. For those of you who want to still get into the hobby, you can get out there right now because queens are still flying and you might be able to get the last of them. But now I'm going to give you a full rundown on all the ant colonies I have caught during this nuptial flight season. So let's begin. Starting with the OGs, the Big Brain Empire. This was the colony that you saw in the last week's video. But guys, you won't believe how much they have grown after that. Check it out. Whoa guys, look at that. So many workers. And I wonder where the queen is. Oh yep, there she is. So you might be wondering why this formicarium looks a bit different. That's cause this is not the old formicarium but a new formicarium that I built for them. And you can see the queen moving around a little bit. Now let's look at the colony just a few days later. So this is the Big Brain Empire. You can see the formicarium attached to their outworld. And let's go ahead and remove the red covering. Through the covering you can see a lot of workers. Let's open it. Whoa guys, do you see? There are a lot more workers than there were before. I think there were a lot of pupae in this formicarium that have hatched over the past couple of days. And now the colony has grown so massive that I could no longer spot the queen. The queen doesn't have any hiding places in this new formicarium, but there are so many workers that the queen is not visible. Truly enormous colony. Moving on to number 2, another Fedoli species which you may or may not have seen in the More Fedoli video. Go check that video out over here. Guys, look at that. The colony has truly exploded in population. You can see the queen right there. And I estimate there are around 50 workers. Now do you see what I see guys? There's a huge larva right in the center of the frame. And you know what that means? The colony is finally getting majors. Yay! The cotton has grown moldy inside their test tube. And I think I have to upgrade them to a bigger home now, as feeding them inside their test tube is getting increasingly difficult. And with the workers constantly pulling at the cotton, it's really difficult to feed them without any escapees. Now, I also have another colony of the same species, and here's where the sad part comes in. You know guys, I've heard that most Fedoli species are very polygynous and will gladly accept many more queens. So I decided to fuse the two colonies. And guys, the unthinkable happened. No, one of the colonies did not end up dying. But you know what happened guys? One of the colonies ended up invading the other colony and stealing all their brood and cutting one of the queen's antenna and two of the queen's legs. It was really a sad and painful experience. I took some brood from the now larger colony which you just saw in the video previously and added the brood to another colony along with a few workers. And here's the colony. Not many workers. Only around 6 workers present. I do see a lot of eggs too. But the amount of brood in other stages of life is very less. It's so sad to see a colony not being able to flourish. And it's even more sad to think that it was because of my mistake. Yes guys, never ever fuse two colonies, even if they're polygynous, cause that may lead to a disaster. Here's the good news though. So this is the Polyrhachis queen that I showed to you in one of our previous videos. Go check that video out here. In the first Polyrhachis video, I showed only one queen. And this is the same queen. And guys, do you see it? Yes, the queen already has workers. I can't believe that I have nailed the diet down for this species. But that was in another video. But now guys, this is much more than just nailing down the diet. I've also nailed down the care for this species. and it finally has workers. This species is rather understudied and not kept and documented by many ant keepers. So this is a first for many people. I would like to document every single step of the way for this queen. Now, if you remember, there were more than one queen that I caught during this year's nuptial flight. Let's look at the other ones. But before that, do you see that, guys? There's a pupa, and the worker along with the queen are trying to unravel the pupa to open up a new worker. Yay, the colony is growing. Now let's look at the other queens. Moving on to number 5, another Polyrhacus queen. This is a single queen colony that I showed to you in one of my previous videos. And look at that, guys. A worker has eclosed. I do not see much brood over there, but she has one worker, so that's good. Hope the colony will grow very fast and very soon. Now, moving on to the other queens that I have caught. At number 6, we have the 2 queen Polyrhacus colony that I also showed to you in one of our previous videos. And as you can see there is one worker, one darkened pupa, and lots of brood. But guys, do you notice something? Yes, guys, this colony only has one queen now. You see, the colony ended up growing nicely, having 2 workers, and then when the 3rd worker arrived, both of the queens started fighting. I fortunately intervened just in time and separated the 2 queens along with the 2 workers. I gave one worker to one of the queens and the other worker to another one of the queens. So I always say, never mix the colonies, even if they are polygynous. And yes, Polyrhacus colonies are known to be polygynous, and Polyrhacus rastellata particularly is known to be very polygynous. But now I doubt that this is Polyrhacus rastellata. We'll have to see. But then, guys, what ended up happening was kind of surprising to me. Another worker hatched for this queen, and another queen also had another worker. And then one worker died from each colony randomly, I don't know how. And now both of the colonies have only one worker. That other colony I'll show to you right now. This is that other colony with just one worker and a single queen. A single queen with a broken antenna who lost her fight to the more dominant queen of the other colony. But the good news is that there's a pretty nice batch of eggs that the queen has laid right away once I moved her into this new test tube. And now we are ready for a fresh start. So, hoping for the best. No, again, I'm only going to keep only one of these colonies. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments on which colony we should keep. Now there has been a secret that I have been keeping from you. I have 2 more colonies that I haven't featured on this channel yet. The queen elate that you see in this photograph here is the queen of the species I own. At number 8, we have Myrmicaria brunnea. So this is the Myrmicaria brunnea colony, as you can see right there. And over here you can see there are around 8 workers, and one of the workers has a new batch of eggs, and there's the queen in the center. Now not many ant keepers have kept this species before, so this is going to be an interesting documentation of this species. Now I also have another colony of this same exact species. So this is the other Myrmicaria brunnea queen that I have. She also has workers, but she only has 6 workers. But this queen has a little more brood than the queen that I showed to you previously, and so there are more workers yet to come. So now again I can keep only one colony out of these two. So if you have any suggestions on which colony I should keep, please write them down in the comments. It would really help a lot. And now you're free to enjoy some close-ups of this colony. Thanks for watching another video on this channel. Be sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel. It really motivates me to make more such content. I hope you enjoyed the video, and that's it I've got today for this ant room tour. The ant room tour of 2023. That's it that I've got for now. Bye bye.